So our next article actually goes even deeper into just this very topic. From Michelle Robbins over at Search Engine Land, multifaceted featured snippets began rolling out in the Google search. Check this out, is that Google has actually been rolling out many new search features over the past few months related to images, featured snippets, and knowledge graph. Today, the search giant released another feature that's called multifaceted snippets. Like we haven't had enough to actually pay attention to.
Right.
All right. Multifaceted feature snippets will be surfaced for queries that are sufficiently broad enough to allow for more than one interpretation of what was submitted. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we talked about this with I forget who, but it was a couple episodes ago. Bing,
Right.
there's Noah's got the screenshot there, the Bing example. We were talking about tutus or something, if I remember correctly. But that's what the image was. When we were talking about
No,
tutus.
it was hot yoga.
Hot yoga. There you go. Yes, hot yoga. Close. Tutus and hot. You do hot yoga in tutus, I think.
Evidently so.
Yeah.
You don't do it in kilts.
No,
Just saying.
that's not the tactical kinds. Yeah. So. This is Google's, I guess, not reaction, but further development as they're seeing how people are using the voice search. There could be more than one answer for the question, depending on what the intention of the asker.
Exactly. So in these instances, the SERP will actually return more than one featured snippet with the original query rewritten as the questions the algorithm assumes the user may have it actually intended, and the results displayed in the multifaceted snippet will reflect those new questions. So, I think this is also a way to that Google's trying to train the environment and understand more of intent as opposed to the query itself, because it's trying to connect those logic jumps, right?
Yeah, exactly. When I see that, I'm looking, it's almost like they're trying, we see the traditional organic results where you can go through 10 and scan on a page. Well, I have my intent. I'm trusting that they're bringing up 10 results. I can scan quickly and pick the one I think that I want to pick. But it's almost like they're trying to make that decision for you. But if they choose wrong, because they can't decide which one it is, they almost kind of have to give you those two options, I guess, there if they detect that there's a difference in intent, because the queries, could be interpreted two different ways. But it's really interesting. I look at that and it's like almost like, to me, you got the organic results down there, but it's like they went and tried to guess at the best two depending on that term. And that's kind of my interpretation of it. Although, again, I'm not Moz or even Brian Dean, who has the budget to dig into this with large studies type of deal. But I am a user and I'm on Google all the time, and that's kind of how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, for all of our listeners, if you haven't dug into rich snippets and start putting that inside of your code, you don't understand how far you are removed from what the battleground is. And for any agency, they've got to make sure their snippets are in place. They're paying attention to the type of content they're pushing out there. It's an on-ramp for Google that they've extended out for the last 3 years, and it's getting ever more present, especially in voice search, and especially in these knowledge panels that are popping up. You're getting more. Google's giving you more utilization of their real estate to get into search result 0. You just have to deploy it.
Amen. And so few people are deploying it. To me, it's like wide open. I mean, you see some websites that come to you guys or whoever. I mean, first of all, a lot of people don't put enough, at least when you get into small, medium-sized businesses, aren't putting enough into their digital and website altogether.
Right.
The ones that are even paying attention into it, if they're just doing the basics of on-page SEO, I think you're pretty lucky. But then you take it to the next level where you're actually marking up the pages properly. I think it's wide open. I mean, we've got all sorts of anecdotal examples of our own clients. We're just applying, the structured data and the schema language to the page, assuming that you're doing all these other things to help your organic. That you can. It's not that hard right now for lower less competitive keywords to actually get a chance, into the knowledge boxes, into the rich snippets, just by doing it. By doing it.
And there's a huge local play there, and that can clearly differentiate your site as opposed to another site. You don't have to go national. I mean, if you're trying to outdo your local competitor in whatever industry you are, man, that's one of the key things that you should be deploying.